Uh-oh. Oh, that red badging just went up. Notification just went out. And that only means one thing in my world. It only means one thing. It means that we are alive. And it also means I need to be careful not to set off my Apple Watch before I think I fell or something, trying to contact the authorities and all that trash. We can't have that. We can't have that. But your boy's here. Your boy's in the building. We got the HyperX quad cab mic on deck. Oh, yes. We in the building, son. Let's go. Let's go. It's Note 10 day today. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. We're going to be good. It's going to be a good stream. Let me get the intro out the way so we can get to it. So, not going to make y'all wait any longer. So, current time is 6:30 p.m. exactly Central Standard Time, which means you are in the right place. You are on the right YouTube channel, baby. And if you're a Friday Night Vyp veteran, you know what's about to happen next. Woo! Ooh, yes. But just in case you are new around here and you don't know how I do things, this is the part of the live stream where I tell you to turn your volume down. Because if you don't turn your volume down, I cannot be held responsible. I will not be held liable for what your neighbors think of you listening to some loud dude on YouTube. That's on you. That's not on me. But with all that out the way, yeah, it's time for your boy to go to work. Now, I have to be very careful with the way I have the mic positioned when I do this. I don't want to knock the mic over because that'll be kind of trivial and terrible. So let me see if I can not knock the mic over. So let's see if I can do this. Whoo! Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. What's up, people? Oh, hold on. False start. That was terrible. Time out. Oh, man. Let's get some more liquids in me because that was terrible. All right. Try this again. Try it again. Try it again. One more time. One more time. What's up, people? This your boy Viper, the man about tech, and we are live. Welcome to Friday Night Vyp, baby. Woo! Oh, yeah. It is that day again. We are back. We are live on YouTube. All right, that wasn't too bad. But before I get started with tonight's festivities, let me see who I got in the chat tonight. So if I go up to the top, we got Lethal Emperor. What's up, dude? How you doing? We got my head of security, El Jefe Review. What's up, Jeff? We got formerly Apple Jockey, Mr. Alex Jackson himself. What's up, dude? How you doing? Who else we got up here? We got Lamar, 7-Up Townsend. What's up, Lamar? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Woo! We got my man, Genosis in the cup. What's up, Genosis? How you doing, man? How you doing? Always in the building. We got my dude, Rashid. Hey, what's up, Rashid? How you doing, man? How you doing? Oh, we got YOLO Piop 2. You changed your name? What's up with that? What's up, YOLO? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Who else we got? Who else we got? We got Colin in the cut. What's up, Colin? How you doing, man? How you doing? And we got Silverback. What's up, Silverback? How you doing? How you doing? Interesting name, but what's up? Uh-oh. Juan Contreras is in the building. What's up, Juan? How you doing, man? How you doing? Who else we got? We got Exquisite Bliss. Hey, Exquisite. How you doing? How you doing? Woo. And we got Marco Anadon. What's up, Marco? How you doing, man? How you doing? Ooh, we got some people in the cut tonight. I am down. Who else we got? Anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, we got Joshua Mason. What's up, Josh? How you doing, man? What's up? What's up? And Marvin Wallace is in the cut. What's up, Marvin? What's up? How you doing? And we got Mike McAnish. There you go. Mike McAnish. What's up, Mike? How you doing, bro? How you doing? And we got my dude, Sean Williams. What's up, Sean? How you doing, man? How you doing? Thank you for the compliment, Sean. I appreciate it. You know how I do. video every day in April or August, actually. Still doing it, getting it in. Blah, blah, blah. And we got Jillian out here. What's up, Jillian? How you doing? How you doing? Who else out? Oh, we got the leader of the Samsung Knights himself, Mr. LeBaron Burton. What's up, LeBaron? How you doing? And we got Bender Tube. What's up, Bender? How you doing, bro? How you doing? I just made that up on the fly. Just so you know. Just so you know. All right. So that is what we have on deck tonight. Oh, wait. I see somebody else out there. Is that Technically T? That's Technically T. What's up, bro? What's up? How you doing, bro? How you doing? All right. So I think that's it. All right, that's it. Cool. So, yeah. Y'all know what today is, unless you've been living under a rock or you don't really keep up with tech. Today is Big Phone Release Day. Absolutely. Now, wait. We got more coming in. It's that paperly out in tech. Oh, man. Oh, the stars are out on Vyp Live tonight. That's what's up. I see Jason C out there, too. What's up, Jason? How you doing, bro? Man, we got both Jasons up in here. Oh, okay, this is getting a little weird. But all right. Oh, it's that CDF man. We got CDF man in the cut. What's up? Oh, man. The stream is getting lit. I am here for all of it. But as I was saying in the introduction, y'all know that it is Galaxy Note 10 Day. And contrary to my popular belief, I actually have one. I got the Note 10 5G edition on deck. But I got people inbound. Wait. Then we got more people out there. I saw one of my guests tonight who will be on the show in a moment. XDA developer Maxwell Weinbach is out there. What's up, Max? Max will be in here with me shortly to talk about the Note and things like that. That is what is up. How you doing? Whoo, yes. So, I got the Note 10 Plus. I got the 5G edition because I figured go big or go home. So that is what is going on. That's right. We got the Note 10 5G in the cut, man. At first, I thought I would not be able to get a Note because when I went to pre-order it on pre-order night, I do all my devices on device payment plan, so I still had to pay off one of my other devices. But when I went to go try to pre-order the Note, Verizon wanted me to make a down payment in addition to the amount of money I had to pay off on my other device. So it ended up like cost me almost like $800 or $900 just to pre-order, and I'm like, can't do that. They wanted a mortgage. But I went to do the pre-order today, and for whatever reason, Verizon was no longer requiring me to do a down payment. All I had to do was pay off the remainder of another device I had on my line. So I'm like, cool. I paid that off. It was like, what, $200-$300, and bam, Note 10 is here. So expect Note 10 videos all weekend long. Actually, expect Note 10 videos for the rest of August, basically. I mean, I'm not even joking with y'all. Every day in August, for the rest of August, it's going to be about the Note 10 or relating to the Note 10 because we're in Note 10 season. That's what it is. But tonight on the show, we got Max Weinbach coming in. So let me see if I can pass out a link. And I think we might have my dude, the Colonel Thunder E, might stop by. I don't know. But I'm going to pass him a link and see what's up. And I think Travis MCP might stop by later on too. I don't know. But yeah. I did on Twitter, I said that anybody with a Note 10 could come in and talk to me tonight. That would be cool. So if you're out there and you got a Note 10 and you want to come in and talk to me, let me know. We'll get you in here. But right now, I am sending my man Max the link. So Max, check your Twitter DM. Link is in the building. Let me go find my man, the Colonel Thunder E, so I can get him a link. Should be good talk. Should be a good talk. Good conversation tonight. I'm looking forward to it, man. It's not too many big tech days in a year, but this is one of them. Note release is always a big day on deck. And we in the building. All right. Thunder E got a link. Hopefully he'll see it. Let me get Travis a link. I don't know when he'll show up, but Travis said drop him a link anyway, and he'll see what he can do. All right. And that is that. Oh, wait a minute. Let me bring him in. We got the man on deck. Uh-oh. Hey. Oh, here he is. What's up, bro?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Let me turn you up here. I can barely hear you. There we go. So we got Max Weinbach of XDA Developers in the cut, man. First time talking to you live in person. Oh, yeah. Kind of in person, man. We've been going back and forth on Twitter for like about a couple of months now, man.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while.
It's been a while. But how you doing tonight, man?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Got both my Note 10s in today, so it's nice.
You got the Note 10 and the participation trophy too. Oh.
I got the Note 10 and it's two Note 10 pluses. I got the blue and Aura Glow.
How about that? I know you didn't get the regular participation trophy Note 10. Come on, man.
It's both of the pluses in two different colors.
All right, so
Couldn't decide.
I'm about to say, why do you have two Note 10 pluses?
I couldn't decide in colors, and then I do all the XDA stuff, so I want a phone I can just like mess with a bunch and not worry about breaking.
Janosis, to answer your question, yes, Max is the guy who made the clarification about there will not be an Aura Glow iPhone. Yeah. Only the iPhone logo will be Aura Glow or Rainbow S, whatever you want to call it.
Very similar to that.
But this is the guy, yes. That's right. We got heavy hitters in the stream tonight. So, what are your initial impressions of the Note 10, man?
This is probably like the nicest feeling phone to hold, just of any phone I've used.
Yes.
And I have like the iPhone XS here. This is nicer to hold.
I feel like I don't have to put on a case with this phone. It feels that good in the hand.
Yeah. I never use cases. I'm a D brand guy, but I don't even want to put a skin on.
Oh, you're a D brand guy. Oh, man. No, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, sometimes people don't want to put cases on their phones.
I got some skins for it already.
Oh, you're already prepared. You are deep. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it feels good in the hand. Like, when I held it in Best Buy the other day, my initial reaction was how small it feels in my hand. Now, I know I have a larger than normal hands, but it feels kind of small to me. I know it's like this is 6.8 inches, but it doesn't feel that big. It's all screen practically. It's so thin. It's so light. It feels so small in my hands. I don't know how it feels in your hands. What do you think about the size of the Plus?
It feels big, but not a bad big. If that kind of makes sense, right? It's not too big. Because, you know, I have large phones. I have a P30 Pro around. I have the OnePlus 7 Pro. I have essentially every flagship phone out right now. And this is probably the biggest, but feels the best.
Yeah, it like you say, it's big. But it's big, no doubt. It's 6.8 inches, but it doesn't really feel big. But it is big. It's a very big phone. I think it might be the biggest phone on the market right now. I think one of them.
Mate 20X from Huawei is the biggest.
Oh, I did
barely bigger.
I think it's like 7.2, right?
Yeah, 7.2 or something.
Yeah,
like that's the Pixel 3 XL, almost the same size.
Right. Yeah, one of the biggest phones on the market, but feels good in the hand. It's beautiful. They took away the headphone jack. People need to get used to it. I keep telling people that the headphone jack died with the iPhone 7, but they don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I'm actually using the USB-C earbuds from Samsung.
How do you like those? I haven't used those yet. How do you like them?
So if you've used any Samsung earbuds since the S8, they're the same.
Yeah.
Except they have firmware updates. The second you plug them into your phone, you'll get a firmware update notification, and you have to update the earbuds.
What? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
It's really weird. I have no idea what it does. It doesn't sound any different. It's just really weird.
When did we start updating earbuds? What is that?
It's the weirdest thing.
That is okay, man. See, you know, I love technology, but when like my coffee cup start needing updates, I have a problem. It's getting too deep, Max. It's getting too deep, man.
Oh, it really is.
It's ridiculous, bro. It's crazy. But man, so besides the look and the feel, like, what is your first impressions upon using it?
I don't know. I like the software on it is probably, I'm a fan of Samsung software on it. So I have like absolutely no problems with the software, which is where a lot of people actually complain about the phone. Mm-hmm. So I like the software. The display is the best display, hands down, on any device ever. It looked like, I made a tweet a while ago saying like it's the best thing ever, it's the best display. It looks like someone just printed something out and glued it to a slab of glass. Yeah. And Mr. Mobile, Michael Fisher, put that in his review today, that tweet. And like it's true. It is the best looking display. And it makes it just so great to use.
I can't really argue with you. The display is absolutely amazing. And one of the big things that impresses me most about this display is how viewable it is in sunlight, direct sunlight. It's like
there's like no glare on it.
Nothing. It's amazing. Like, I thought the OnePlus 7 Pro was pretty good in sunlight, but I think this has the OnePlus 7 Pro beating direct sunlight. Definitely.
Like, I have issues with the OnePlus 7 Pro. I have issues with the Pixel 3 XL. This is nothing.
Yeah, you're right. Like, the screen quality is amazing. But, I mean, we know that when Samsung releases a new phone every year, DisplayMate normally calls it the best display on the market. But it's like I told people in my video I made a few days ago about the Note 10 regular being 1080p to 1080p. Like Samsung is the industry leader in mobile displays. Like it's not a shock. We know they make the best displays. Samsung displays, Max, are so good that Apple and Google outsource Samsung to make displays for their flagship smartphones, dude.
Almost everyone does.
Absolutely.
I know Xiaomi does. Actually, with Google, the smaller right now for the Pixel 3, Pixel 3, the small one is LG. Pixel 3 XL is Samsung.
Right. And now we have been joined by my man, the Colonel Thunder is on the coast. What's up, bro?
Hey.
How's it going, man?
Good. Yo, how's it going, man?
Good. How's it going, Max?
Pretty good.
Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, of course, man. I know you've had this phone for a little while now, so you got to talk to me about what you think about the Note 10, man. What you thinking about it?
I mean, I like it. I just don't like the lack of a headphone jack. You know, that's kind of hard for me right there. I mean, I've got way too many headphones to miss that point.
Normally, this is the part where I would get on you, but I forget you're an Android guy, so you don't really use iPhone much. Otherwise, you would have known that the headphone jack died back in 2016. But I'll leave you alone. I'll let you live.
No, it's not an Android and Apple thing. To me, it's quality, right?
Okay.
Bluetooth audio is good. It's getting better. Just for me, it's just not close to being there.
Yeah.
If you want wireless audio, Sonos does the best wireless audio. It's Wi-Fi. That's why it's good, because
Sony LDAC is also really good.
Sony LDAC is good. aptX is also good, but every time I plug in one of my headphones, so it was funny that I had a situation a few months back. A friend of mine came over and was like, "Hey, do you use the headphones?" And I'm like, "Yeah, once in a while." He's like, "What headphones should I try?" So I got a pair, I plugged it in, and I listened, and I was like, "Oh my God, I've been missing this sound." So that's just me personally, but I get it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those things that it's going to happen, and it's finally happened. So yeah, can't complain.
I was just about to say that you sound a lot like my buddy Jason from Pantheon Tech, who happens to be in the chat, because he swears up and down that wireless audio is just trash. It ain't there, and he's thinking your tune, Thunder. He's thinking your tune, bro.
No, it is true. Trust me. If I gave you a couple of pair of headphones to listen to, you will go, "I'm not. This is just not the same thing at all." Even try this out with your except don't do it on the iPhone, because the iPhone doesn't have a good DAC built into it. Try your I think you have the Sony 1000 Mark IIIs over the ears.
I did, not anymore.
Okay. But if you can get a pair of those, plug them in directly to the phone, wired.
Right.
It's a different sound experience. Just say. But anyway, sorry for derailing the conversation.
No. Coming from the guy
really quick.
Coming from the guy with the wall of headphones, I will take your word for it. You definitely have more headphone experience than I do, so I'm not going back with you on that.
I have a cool phone here.
Oh, you have that too?
LG V50, yeah.
Oh, you got the dual screen one, okay.
I've got it here somewhere.
I got the 5G V50 Thin Cube that doesn't have the dual screen.
Yeah, the Korean and UK versions have the dual screen. The reason I was actually grabbing it is because LG has like the best stack.
Oh yes, by far. I mean, the quad DAC in that phone will make even your shittiest pair of headphones feel like it's glory. Yeah. I'm telling you, it is such a and that's the best pair of that's the best smartphone to use. The great thing about these is that the LGs will drive expensive headphones that need an amp or something, just to run them. And if you can try a pair of headphones with the LG phone, you will hate listening to music any other way. I'm serious.
I was trying it yesterday, and it's great.
So, Mac, what do you think about the V50 dual screen?
It's weird but cool. Like, that's the best way to describe it. It shouldn't exist, but it does, and we have it, and you might as well use it sometimes.
I mean, I would agree. I was just peeved that a lot of games just don't support the dual screen.
Did you try the game controller thing with it?
So I tried a game controller. Well, then again, I tried PUBG, then I forgot that PUBG does not support almost any.
Fortnite does work with it, and
Fortnite does work, yeah.
If you use it wants you to use the bottom screen, like the attachable one, and then it feels like the phone's gonna fall backwards when you're playing.
Yeah, no, so you have to launch it on the screen that you want, and then then basically switch it over. That's the only way you can do it. You launch the game on whatever screen you want to switch it over.
It's such a weird way to do it.
Yeah, they need to figure that out, especially with quote unquote the V60 going to have a dual display. So,
man.
Jason, we're having your conversation tonight, man.
I heard. Yeah.
What's up, Jason?
Yeah, Viper's trying to get by on the talk about headphones while I'm not around, like talking dirty about them. But no, I'm right here. Willing to throw down about the headphone jack, just like always. How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jason. I'm gonna let you go, Jason. I'm gonna let you go.
No, I mean these guys have been saying all the stuff that I would say. The V50 is the best headphone jack that you're gonna find in any phone. I mean, it rivals anything that you can get purpose built for that in a price range. Like in a reasonable price range. Yeah, and I get frustrated a lot. Well, it's because I'm just old and I get frustrated. But people say in the comments all the time, I complain about the headphone jack. They're like, oh, you got to get over it, man. It's done. And I say, here's my point. They say, well, we can't even tell the difference between it. So what's it matter? And I'm like, even if you can't tell the difference, like, why would you want to have inferior stuff? When you could have the good stuff and the inferior stuff,
It's very simple. Masses are asses.
Yeah.
It's true. No, I look, when you it's very easy to convince a crowd than to convince one person. Right. It's because you have to go into detailed explanation. But when one company comes up, I mean, if we go back, I'm not even trying to pick on Apple, but remember what they said about taking out the headphone jack. They said it was courage.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah,
it was not. It wasn't an explanation of like, oh, we had to do this, we put this here, bezel. What they just said, courage. And then Pixel the next year said bezel, and he still had the thickest bezel possible.
Yeah,
it is terrible.
You know?
I mean, the thing about Apple and their courage thing is that they likened the headphone jack to like the telephone operator plugs, not necessarily the same technology. And when they're saying like, oh, it's 110 years old, it's obviously antiquated. It's like, no,
it's not.
It works. It works.
Apple, they could have given a reason to remove it. They could have, but their branding isn't to give detailed, in-depth engineering reasons. They just want to say something that people are going to write about and remember, and people do remember it. They remember this courage now.
So
we all know what the reason was, though.
Oh yeah,
they couldn't be waterproofing, and that's pretty much it.
No, they bought Beats.
Oh yeah.
And they wanted to sell headphones.
Yeah, they wanted to sell AirPod. Yeah, really.
You gotta use that accessory. And same thing. I mean, same thing with Samsung. You buy AKG. I mean, it took them a little longer than I expected.
They're actually working on 3 pairs of new AKG headphones. Some that'll look like Galaxy Buds. Yeah, and then 2 over-ear pairs. I leaked that because I found it in code and whatever. But they're working on 3 pairs, and they should be released soon with like studio
nothing
quality.
Get past Mac. Nothing get past Mac, man.
But like Jason said, you're right. You buy something, you've got to reap the benefits. I mean, you can even just look at what's happening with Disney and Sony and Fox.
Yeah.
I mean, Disney said, "Hey, look, we lost a lot of money because we bought Fox, so we're axing stuff, and we've got to do this." And we've got D23 this weekend, so it's business.
Yeah. I think that if the Galaxy Buds had come out with the S10 and been a total flop, there would be a headphone jack in the Note 10.
Yeah.
But because they didn't flop, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Galaxy Buds myself, but people seem to like them. They hit a price point that's comfortable for a lot of people. So the fact that they didn't fail means that they could take the headphone jack away and just say, hey, here you go. We got wireless headphones.
The Gear Icon X, the old one, are way better. I have the original Icon X.
Yeah.
It has built-in storage. It tracks like heart rate and everything on them. They're great.
Yeah. I had those as well. My only problem with them, and it probably got fixed in like firmware updates as it went along. My only problem with them was that they didn't stay connected to each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they fixed that in the third firmware update.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be a while. By the time, if I kept them and waited that long, I would have gone insane and like mass murdered people in the coffee shop or something. So
I just didn't like the battery life with that. But I mean, I agree with you, Max, with the the whole idea of, look, you've got 4 gigabytes of storage. You can just run free without or exercise, or do whatever you want to do without using your smartphone. But the honest truth is, again, I mean, I almost want to call masters asses again. Consumers just don't understand what they want or care, because you would think that if you're going to get true wireless buds, even if it doesn't sound great, let me get extra features, right? Let me get a few extra things that make it worthwhile. But if you look at it, it's just now become an area of, does it connect and does it sound decent enough? And we're fine. It's almost like we've gone back to having the renaissance of headphones, but with true wireless buds, where quality is here or there.
I think the AirPods really set the bar. It's like they're super convenient and do a ton of stuff for you, and they work a lot better in terms of reliably connecting and all those sorts of things compared to other wireless headphones, and they sound okay. That
okay is
it's
nice.
good enough for enough people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good enough for enough people is exactly right. And I'm still one of those people. It's like when I started collecting stereo stuff and getting headphones and really got into audio, I was always on the search for like the next thing that sounds better than what I've got. And the fact that that's not the goal of other people is it's probably my fault for expecting so much out of other people. But
Wow.
but I mean, I'm always looking for the next better thing. That's why people buy Mercedes instead of a Chevy Malibu, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So why did Samsung finally remove the headphone jack? I mean, they had it for so many years. Why remove it now?
They said bigger battery. That was the only thing
they had bigger battery and better haptics.
Oh yes, true.
Those are the two things.
That's
and
right.
Then they were decided. So a while ago, I think around the Note 9, I had heard Samsung was either going to remove it with the S11 or Note 10, and it seems like they decided with the Note 10 because it's about time, I think, for Samsung at least.
Yeah, but one of the funniest things to watch in all this is Samsung like scouring the internet to try and get down all those commercials where they made fun of Apple, for taking the headphone jack out. I mean, that's been a lot of the talk about the Note series leading up to this phone coming out has been, should it even exist? The S line has sort of caught up to it in terms of screen size, and it's at parity in terms of the hardware. And people are like, oh, the S Pen takes up so much room. I don't know. I think that the S Pen is the reason to have the Note series, but now if they're going to start releasing inferior versions of the Note just to sort of hit a price point and a market. I don't know. The Note was always special. It feels less special to me this year.
I think the price point thing it's weird because if you look at the math with the S10, the best selling S series is still the Plus.
Right.
The prices I find interesting. I'll let you finish then.
And then the 10 in the middle is like a ghost child. And then the 10E is the one that, will get sales because there's always a deal or something that gets it, into that consumer market range.
Right.
And it almost feels like I was talking to someone who does work with Samsung. And I was like, look, the 10 is a device that makes no sense. And they were talking about getting it smaller into people's hands. I'm like, I understand the logic, but it's a Note. It was never built to be smaller. Right? It was built to be, I remember the very first Note, it was built to be a large device. So my feeling is this, and I'm going to get to a topic that Viper is going to call me out on, and is I think the Galaxy Note is going to be the Galaxy Fold. That's going to be the future of headphones. I think a fold, a solid fold with an S Pen, call it a day. That is your productivity device up the wazoo. Now, if they can get Dex Wireless, I mean, actually getting Dex Wireless is going to be hard just because we don't have proper Wi-Fi for monitors anyway or anything connectors. But with Dex, all that kind of stuff in there, and then you can also have a regular Note, which is now a proper size Note, if you don't want a foldable phone, and you call it a day.
So, are you saying there could be a Galaxy Note and a Galaxy Fold?
That is just my wishful prediction. Because I think that's where the Fold line can take its place, while the S line is still there and giving you a very standard smartphone approach. And then the Fold, because the Fold basically can play. Remember, if you think about edge displays and any of the innovation that Samsung has done, they always put it with the Galaxy Note. The Galaxy Edge came out with the Note. Biggest screen, even the biggest screen Note or biggest screen Galaxy S came out with the Note.
Right.
So it's to me, it's just the thing that makes the most amount of sense. I almost feel the same way with this, is that the Fold should have just launched with the Note originally instead of launching that early launch. And then you just have it as then everybody knows, okay, this is the future. I get it. You might sell a few of these, but maybe next year we'll get, the second generation.
Yeah. I know, like at the event for the S10, when people saw the Fold, they're like, a lot of people were like, well, why doesn't it have pen support? Because it seems like that would be the perfect device.
Actually, that one they couldn't do. It uses a Wacom digitizer essentially in all of these phones.
Right.
You can't make that bend.
Right.
And that's like, I don't think they'll be able to do that for another maybe 3-4 years. And at that point, the Note series would probably be butchered into something completely different than it is now. So my idea, this is what I think they'll do. They'll combine the Fold and Tab series. So the Tab S6 and the Galaxy Fold, at some point when they can make it look right, it'll become one series. And they'll get rid of the tablets, keep the Fold, and then have the Note be whatever butchered series it is at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes some sense. Yeah.
That makes a little bit more sense to me than losing a Note and combining that with the Fold.
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying losing it. I'm just saying that you actually have two types of Notes. But I do agree with you.
Oh, you mean there might be a Note Fold.
So instead of us having a smaller Note, we just have a regular size Note, and then we have a Fold.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Next year, there will be more than one Samsung foldable.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Watch out for the W series.
The W.
Oh, that name series is back. Yeah, I remember when they actually didn't they patent that like 2 years ago?
They did the W 2019, which is like the flip. It was the flip phone with the two screens and a smart. Yeah, that was the first time they the W 2018 was the first dual aperture smartphone.
Yeah, so they're going to. It's basically going to compete against Motorola's Flip.
Yeah, I think so.
But E, it's interesting that what you're saying about the Fold and Note kind of merging, because last year we had rumblings that the Note 9 might be the very last Galaxy Note. Now, obviously, that didn't come true with the Note 10 this year, but those rumblings were around last year, and now we got the unveiling of the Galaxy Fold, and now you're talking about how the Fold and the Note could potentially merge, so maybe we are seeing the potential end of the Note series. I mean, who knows?
I mean, the way I look at it is even though your idea makes more practical sense, Max, it's just the tablets just don't sell well in Android ecosystem because Google hasn't done anything with the software. I almost feel like with a tab, like the Tab S6, I mean, it's well powered. It's got enough, bells and whistles in there. I really feel like Samsung should just run their own software and call it a day because Google is not going to do anything useful on that because the Android tablet space is just terrible. Is bad,
non-existent practically.
Yeah.
That's why actually. I think foldables will be good for tablets because if you can fold it into a tablet, it can run the tablet software in the first place.
True, but there is no tablet software. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so Samsung's tablet is running the same software your phone runs. It's the same One UI version. Exactly, it's just made for a larger screen, and that's why the Samsung tablets generally will run apps a little bit better.
Yeah.
So E, you've had you've had a Note for a while, but you are different from a lot of people, E. You do a lot of gaming on your mobile phone. So talk to us about gaming on the Note 10, man.
I mean, it's solid. when you have the Snapdragon 855 processor and that amount of RAM, like everything runs pretty well. The only thing that I had issue is PUBG after a certain point now just, yeah, then again, that game is poorly optimized. So I've noticed that with even a few of the gaming phones that after a certain time point, it just starts heating up really weirdly, really bad. So I'm waiting for, I'm hopefully do optimizations because I've been playing Call of Duty beta, and that's better optimized. Like I've had no heat issues with any of the games, any of the phones I've tried the beta on. So I feel like they just said PUBG's making us money and we don't need to do anything about it. So we'll just leave it there. But I do like the screen capture feature where you can record you know you can use the front facing camera to record your face.
Right.
But there's still some problems with it, and I think it's something where they had a good idea, they added it, they didn't go deeper into it, so it's not as deep. So number one, it doesn't record gameplay audio internally; it records it externally. So while it's pumping out of the speaker, the mic is recording it. So you can't reduce the volume and then do a walkthrough through the game, because there'll be just no background audio from the game at all. I tried that once and I was like, all right, never mind. And then the location of the camera it's good for selfies. It's not good for capture because my finger is kept on covering the camera half the time. So it's one of those things where you're like, okay, I like the implementation, and then they just added Discord. So the game boost sensor has Discord in there, which is great because now I don't have to listen or talk to anybody when I play PUBG, and I can just talk to my friends every time.
The colonel does not want to be associated with you creating. Now, you talked about how the phone might have a little some issues overheating, but the Note 10 is supposed to have a vapor cooling system. So does that even work at all, or is it just marketing?
No, it works. Like Fortnite, it works. It's just, like I said, PUBG's the only one I've tried. I've tried a bunch of games, and they're just like, okay, I've realized that you're just poorly optimized at this point.
On the Honor 20, it was so hot I couldn't hold the phone. It was that hot.
And you're talking about PUBG?
PUBG.
Yeah, PUBG. In PUBG.
Okay.
I played PUBG on the I tried out the ROG phone too, and even that too, I was saved by putting on the fan and going like, thank God, because that's just it's the only game that's just poorly optimized in general.
Yeah, I can't. I've tried a lot to play games on my phone. Several times I've tried. I still feel like, especially something like PUBG, I need like a controller. I need that attachment.
Yeah.
To kind of really appreciate and be able to play the way that I would want to. Because I mean, your thumb's going to cover up the screen or the camera, and it's frustrating.
That's where the this phone is nice. The LG dual screen, it's nice because you can turn one of the screens into a controller, but the experience sucks because it's like touchscreen and you have to do that and then move your fingers for the triggers. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think with the partnership between Samsung and Microsoft, you might be able to use an Xbox controller to play.
You already can.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah. And on Android Q, it gets better support for it, but you can already.
Okay, nice. There we go.
Yeah, and I guess
you can try and get this thing.
Oh yeah, that was with the Galaxy Play Link, whatever it is. They were advertising.
Yeah, it's it feels like playing like an Atari Link. If you've ever played an Atari Link way back, it's got that feel to it. It's nice. It works well. And I also tried it with Steam Link, and that worked perfectly with Steam Link as well. So
Galaxy Play Link is running off a system called Parsec, and you can actually use full game streaming. You can rent out Amazon Cloud computers on the service and just play on your phone wherever off Amazon Cloud. Kind of like how Stadia or NVIDIA GeForce Now does it, but you get to do whatever you want with it.
Nice.
Yeah, I've tried Parsec though. I hope PlayLink has much simplistic controls, just because. You don't want consumers who just want to like, okay, fine, I started playing PC games and I want to play it on my phone, have to go through any kind of settings. Just like, find my games. This is all the list of games. Click, play, done.
Yeah,
right.
Did you see NVIDIA GeForce Now has an Android beta coming up?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah,
that That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
That's-
GeForce Now is one of those things that I keep telling myself I've got the NVIDIA Shield. I'm like I can just do it, and then I never do.
Yeah.
So Jason, haven't heard your initial impressions of the Note 10. How are you liking this device so far?
I mean, so the Note 10 Plus, it's great. I love it. There are some things that are bothering me a little bit. For one, the speakers are not loud enough. That's been my experience in the limited time I've used it since yesterday. Still too many phantom touches, so I'm going to have to download the Samsung software that helps mitigate that. I always forget what it's called. But I generally really like it. I never had a problem with the phone. If you take the Galaxy Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus, well, let's just say the Note 10 Plus, and you talk about it as a phone in the 2019 lineup of phones, I think it's competitive with everything else. In fact, it's probably got some things over a lot of other phones that have come out this year. I just tend to think about it in the context of the Note series as a whole, and like I said, I just feel like Samsung has sort of allowed the Note to sort of step down a little bit. I'll be anxious to know if anybody buys the 10, because I don't know who the customer is for the 10.
No, it's funny because Flossie Carter said the same thing in his unboxing today. He said, "Why would anybody buy the Note 10 over the Note 10 Plus? I don't know."
It's the same people that would get the S9 over the S9, or sorry, S10 over the S10 Plus size.
Well, why would anybody get the Note 10 over the Note 9?
Ooh.
Okay. So Samsung has a referral program, runs all the time. You can always get 10% off the phone, always.
Right.
So essentially, the Note 10 Plus starts at $990 all the time, and the Note 9 is going to be like $750. That's like $240, and in my opinion, you're getting a lot for it. You're getting an extra year of support, much faster charging, bigger battery, better cameras. Improved S Pen, all that stuff.
No, I hear you. I mean, I'm talking specifically about the Note 10, the 6.3 inch phone.
Don't do it.
You know why?
Don't do it.
Why would you buy that over a Note 9 that's actually like, as I said in my thing today, it's full fat.
Let me play devil's advocate here, because
Go ahead, E. What's up?
somebody has to defend the Note 10.
All right. Well, good luck to you.
I would say for the consumer who's always liked the Galaxy Notes, has been a two-handed user for the Note for a while, and just wished it was a little bit more comfortable, right? Now, the consumer would not care about the 1080p display, because even all Samsung displays look goddamn good. That's just standard. So the display aspect isn't there. In terms of the battery size, battery's what?
3,500.
Yeah.
Which is small.
You've got fast charging.
Yep.
You've got wireless charging. And now you now have the ability to do reverse wireless charging, charge your Gear Active.
Not on the 10, though. Not on the 10. No reverse charging on the 10.
Oh, yes, there is. No, it's on the 10.
Yes.
I just saw a video today where somebody said there wasn't. So, okay. Yeah. I got bad info.
Because remember, I mean, come on, if it doesn't, remember the S10e has reverse wireless charging.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
it's a single tiny chip on like the wireless charging circuit that actually does it.
Yeah.
So, so you've got that. And you've got all those beautiful S Pen features. So if you're a two-handed Note user, this is a more comparable Note, but the camera is the same. The functionalities in the phone are the same. And you might just be losing some battery life, but you know, you can top up with a 15-watt charger, just like that.
I love 25 watts.
I know.
25 is fast.
25 is fast. Yeah, I clocked that at 108, an hour 8, sorry, 68 minutes. I didn't say 108.
So CNET had 65 minutes. Mr. Mobile had 75 minutes.
Mr. Mobile had a terrible plug. I was telling him about, I was like, there's no way it should be 75 minutes.
Yeah.
And also, because I had Wi-Fi. I mean, people were complaining. They were like, you had Wi-Fi and LTE at the same time on, but also it would differ if your device was off instead of on. So couple of factors, but I don't think the 45 watt will give you much more than maybe an hour.
The Sam Mobile had an article about it.
Yep.
They said it ends up being maybe like 5 minutes faster because the last part of it is really slow. But
Yeah,
you
so
can get like
it's an
80% in
hour.
30 minutes.
Yeah, they said it's not worth the $50.
No.
Well, I
think
like
it depends though.
I like the fact that they, if you bought from Samsung and pre-ordered, they gave you wireless charging station. They gave you like wireless charging
I got
battery
the watch
pack.
for free.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you pre-registered, you got an extra $50 on there. So I got a $200 watch for free with it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I just decided to get that whole package of stuff. I could see the 45 watt charger being really useful if you're on fumes and you've got to leave the house in 30 minutes. And, that's going to get you a significant charge faster. I would imagine faster than the 25, but my 45 watt charger is back ordered. I haven't gotten it yet.
I got mine from Best Buy.
Yeah.
Oh, you walked into Best Buy and picked it up?
No. I ordered it online when I ordered my phone. It said it's not arriving till September 4th. All of them, even Amazon, everywhere. So.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you have it right now.
I wish.
I've been
they
scouring.
They sell them in China.
I can't. Well, I mean, unless I do AliExpress or DHgate, I guess, right?
Oh, you could always send one of your wives to China. I mean, come on now.
I mean, the Colonel's not here, okay? I mean, that's a different person. Just gotta remember that. Just remember that. No, I've been scouring around for that charger. I just can't find it anywhere. And I've tried a couple of third parties that have PPS support, even earmark cables, but none of them have the right apps for it. So
you need the Samsung charger.
I don't. See, this is one of the frustrating things about smartphone launches. Why do you advertise accessories that aren't available when the phone launches? Especially a charging brick. Like, really? Like, come on now.
I mean, I think probably they intended for it to be ready, and maybe manufacturing process just slowed down or something.
You know what I think though? I think this is a how would I put it? I think to me, this is my thinking. I'm thinking they had the 25, right? And then there's the 45, and to like deciding should be packaged with 45. No, like no, 25. Like its difference is not there, and also it should be fine. But because of Note 7 and all that fiasco, they're very comfortable with the 25 watt charger. You might as well delay that just a little bit out there.
Yeah.
So that
you can pump the brake.
No issues. People will get it. It's fine. But let's just because then at least that okay, if it's the fault of the charger, it's just the charger, right?
I got my phone yesterday, and FedEx still said that my battery pack and my 45 watt charger were going to be here on September 13th. Then the power pack came today. So I don't know.
I think it should be that separately.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've ordered the 45 watt charger in 3 places: Samsung.com, Best Buy, and B&H, and all of them are back ordered.
Yeah, is it going to be like the AirPods when they first came out? Everybody want. I can't see it being that much in demand.
Well, normal consumers aren't going to buy it. You're going to have like maybe I'm going to say 50,000 tech people that ordered the phone that are going to want it, and they're going to order it, and that's not that many people.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's going to be all their inventory.
Yeah, but also again by holiday, so by October, Anchor and Aukey will have because it's an open source format. It's not like it's proprietary. There's just a certain specs just weren't matching. So as by October, all of them will have comparable chargers priced at least $30.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm interested. Are there extra 25 watt chargers available for sale right now from Samsung or wherever? Okay.
No.
Yeah, remember, pump the brakes. That's a safe charger. You know.
It's the same charger like in the S10 5G,
Yeah, it's the same for the SM5G
Oh,
or the
okay.
or
Yeah,
the,
that's
or
right.
the A70 or the A80.
A80 with the flippy camera. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, E, is this your favorite phone of the year so far? Or?
I'm a Note guy. I like the S Pen. It allows me to do more work.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that feature. I always like the size of the Note. Phone of the year. I think this year is going to be more difficult, just because the parity with smartphones it's just gone very tight competition across the board. I mean, even if you look at the ROG phone and what it brings, even though it's a gaming phone, and then you look at all the Redmi phones and how good their cameras are, and they're running 855 processors at $400, right?
Right. Yeah.
The only phone that won't be there for me is the Pixel. I am not a Pixel fan
The Pixel 4 sounds cool with Project Solely.
at all. I do not even care.
Yeah.
I last, I'm just gonna go on a mini rant. Last year, I went through 3 XL, sorry,
Wow.
and 1 Pixel 3, because of the worst build quality I've ever seen
Yes.
on a smartphone possible.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
This is
I-
terrible.
So I usually do a professional camera review with
I
my
need to.
friend who's a professional photographer,
Right.
and he goes kite surfing. So I give him the phone, and he's in salt water, but it's like splashing water. It's not like he's diving in with the phone. A lot of people were like, no, it's because you were in salt water. I was like, the OnePlus 6T is not rated, right? And we took it out there. We took the iPhone, we took the Galaxy, we took every phone out there. And this is the Pixel, which is supposed to be the best from the company that makes Android. And then I started having issues with my camera. Every time I took a photo, if I tried to take a second photo, I had to restart the phone and take the photo again, take another photo, because my camera would just crash. I had Bluetooth issues. And then I couldn't charge my phone. I had to use wireless charging. And of course, I couldn't get faster wireless charging because I had to either buy the Pixel stand, which I didn't want. I've got other wireless chargers in my house. So it was just a whole fiasco with that device. And yeah, the Pixel 3, it takes great photos, but I'm just not buying a phone just for a camera. So
Yeah.
No.
I mean, at full price, you're talking about a $900 camera. That could be a phone if it didn't suck.
I did that. I bought a phone for the camera, the P30 Pro. I bought the P30 Pro.
but at least you got a good phone.
Oh yeah, it's a great phone.
Exactly.
The 1080p screen on that is not great. I can tell it's 1080p, but
Yeah.
everything else is great.
So I mean, but at least you got other things in that device. And
Oh
the
yeah,
camera is great. So at least it doesn't have to be 100%. It just has to be that. And
better than a Pixel.
yeah, and when Google released the Pixel 3a, what I found offensive, and it's something I think we all do in the tech industry or as fans of certain products. Like we've seen the outcome with just going back to Disney and the Sony debacle. Right. It's like fans were like, "Oh, Disney and Sony and all that." It's the same thing with the Pixel, where they released the Pixel 3a. Everyone's like, "Oh, this is great." I'm like, no, they just couldn't sell Pixel 3s last year, so of course, this is why they're doing this.
They're selling the Pixel 3 for as much as they sell the 3A XL right now.
Yeah,
Like
I'm like,
Yeah.
the
I'm like,
next six people.
you couldn't sell it, so you had to go back and get a cheaper processor, a cheaper board, and hopefully this will get you into people's hands. But like the 3A is nice for taking photos, but it's a slow phone.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it uses the 670, and if I'm not mistaken, the Galaxy A70 uses the same processor,
Yeah, it is.
but it's much better.
Oh yeah.
So,
E,
and again, this is running One UI, so it's not close to stock Android, whatever you want to call it. Is Google, what are you doing with your software again? And why are you running with 4 gigs of RAM? We all know Android is like a PC. You need more RAM.
Ian, funny that you talk about the build quality of the Pixel, because our buddy Zach Talk Tech brought 7 Pixel 2 because of the screen quality issues were having.
Wow.
Yeah.
My Pixel 3 XL cracked at a 2-foot drop,
Ooh.
and it was terrible. So it's cheaper to buy an extra pixel than to fix the screen.
Wow.
It's $300 to fix the screen. I got this Pixel here for like $300, $270-ish.
Hey, yeah, that's the way to go. If you can do it that way, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the first 3 iterations of the Pixel, I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna try and stay up on it. You know, blah blah blah. The Pixel 4, I've got zero interest in anything that's going on, because my biggest issue, so they sent me a 3XL last year with the Pixel stand, which I still have, but I don't have the Pixel. And my biggest issue was, out of the box, software wise, it was just garbage. It was just it was really bad.
Still is.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard. Yeah, and I'm just like, how can this be possible? You are the people that make the whole operating system, so how can you screw it up like this? So,
Oops, sorry.
AOSP is great. If you like install AOSP on a Pixel custom ROMs, runs perfectly. You run Pixel Android, it sucks. Also, Samsung had a video yesterday. Someone posted a video yesterday. Someone's already running full Android Q with One UI on an S10. I think full One UI 2.0, like Android Q, should be out before the end of the year.
That would be a first for them. That would be pretty fast.
That would be a
It's
first.
like, because literally the video, I wrote an article for it on XDA. Full One UI with full One UI software. It crashed a bit, but it was still running, and it didn't look too buggy.
right.
Yeah,
And this is before Android Q's out in August.
yeah. I think see, that's the thing I find funny with Google is that, Android on the operating system is stripped out, and also again it's featureless, which is why I always tell some people ask me, do I like stock Android? I was like, no. All the features I like from a smartphone have come from Samsung, have come from Motorola, have come from HTC back in the day. The features that you like in Android now didn't come from Google. They didn't know how to do it. Just even split screen, that was a big thing for a while, came from Samsung. So, all I want is my security updates. That's fine. Like everything else,
Q's gonna fix that, hopefully.
call it a day.
I think part of the reason that people loved stock Android on the Nexus phones and things like that is because at the time, at least early on in the Nexus line, these companies that were putting their own UI over top of, or their own launcher over top, like Android was already like starving for power, and the phones were less reliable. So when you got a hold of something that just had Android on it, it felt much better.
Mm-hmm.
And these days, that's not the case. So stock Android isn't really interesting for all the reasons that you just said. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
Even Google has come up with their own little things for their stock Android phone.
There's one Google feature or two Google features that keep me there: call screening and now playing. Only two.
Yeah, I love that too. My wife was on a Pixel 2 XL until recently, and when I was using the 3A and the 3 XL, I'm a music geek anyway, so I always like to be able to look down and say, oh, I didn't realize so and so did that song, So
Yeah, it's a pretty cool feature, especially since it runs in the background. They're pretty nice.
Yeah.
So, Mac, why is Google getting away from the dessert? Why are they going to numbers, man? What's happening here?
So their excuse, and I'm gonna say excuse because it's shit, was they want more people to be able to understand the names, because apparently in some dialects you can't tell the difference between R and L. So you have lollipop, but they don't know what that means.
Right.
But at that point, it was still Android 5 or Android 6 a lollipop, and it would be Android 10 queen cake. That's what it would. That's what it should have been. But now it's just Android 10, and it's stupid, and they shouldn't do it.
See, I was struggling to think of a Q word.
Internally, it was queen cake.
Yeah, I just came up with quince.
I was going to say quail pie, but
Yeah. So maybe they were just struggling with the Q, and they decided to ditch it.
I mean, in a way, though, I do like the fact they've gone with numbers. I mean, look, numbers make your naming scheme easy, especially, look, Sony headphones names it WF-1000.
Oh my God! Stop! No, don't.
It's XM3. It's always going to be XM3.
Yeah, no, but now there are two XM3s. There's a WF and there's a WH.
WH, right? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, so you know what? Sometimes you might just want to keep it simple and just have one set of numbers and call it a day.
Yeah,
Really?
tell Apple that. I mean,
They used to be, right? They used to be number and just an S. I'm like, okay, fine. You know, that's cool.
and now they've screwed it all up.
All of
XS Max.
Oh, the
It's
new
like-
ones though. Oh my God, what is it? iPhone 11 Pro Max.
yes.
Uh,
Why?
yeah, I've already gone on record with my video about iPhone Pro. It's marketing.
I mean, it is.
The thing that the reason I made the video and what I was saying was that it wasn't so much about like could they make it a pro phone, because you know by adding features or something like that. That phone and all other phones really, but that phone has been used by professionals for projects for years. You know, and I brought up like Steven Soderbergh making feature films with an iPhone 7 Plus and an iPhone 8, you know. So it's kind of insulting to the intelligence of the people who actually know that pro is just a word they're using to sell more. And like Viper and I,
That's
Viper
a
and
small crew, right?
yeah, Viper and I talked about his point was that, you know, pro is one way to get your customer base to experience some FOMO.
Yep.
You know, if you don't get the pro one, then you're less than.
Yep.
Yeah, because pro is bigger than plus. I mean,
Yeah.
plus is just a little extra, but pro.
That entire thing that you were just saying, like you're worse if you don't get the Pro. That is entirely the OnePlus 7 and OnePlus 7 Pro. Entirely.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't matter for us in the US because we could only get the pro.
Yeah.
Right.
And there is literally nothing about the OnePlus 7 Pro that is pro.
I mean, if you got a 90 hertz display, come on.
That is useless.
I mean,
It's completely useless. I would take a Samsung AMOLED over 90 hertz any day.
yeah,
Good Samsung AMOLED.
That's the thing I've told people. I was like, look, the reason why the Note does not have it is because Samsung knows what the display is. It's like, look, if they can do the brightness and they can do 90 and they can do everything they want to do, you have it. That's just simply it.
yeah. I mean, like the 120 hertz on the Razer phone 2, that was something that was really noticeable and really improved my experience of using the phone. But the 90 hertz of the OnePlus 7 Pro, while I could tell the difference, it wasn't like every time I picked the phone up, I was like, oh, wow, look at that. Whereas I had that experience more often with the Razer phone.
Mhm.
And honestly, if you've got OLED, if you've got the screen sizes that we're talking about, I think Samsung's OLEDs are gonna blow away 90% of anybody else's 120 hertz or 90 hertz screens.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I do agree because, looking at this display on the Galaxy Note, even the S10 Plus, you go, okay, this is it's a good looking display. And yes, people like, the thing about it is it's all tech talk because at the end of the day, I think 120 is what people will notice. The masses will notice. 90 is just something you're going,
right.
yeah, I can
It's a
see
stepping
it.
stone.
I don't know, man. I got a OnePlus 7 Pro. I got this Note 10 Plus, and scrolling side by side, I can definitely notice the more smooth and fluidness of the OnePlus 7 Pro.
Yeah, but you might notice it, but does having 60 hertz on the Note 10 make it a worse experience?
No, not at all.
That's kind of what that's how I try to describe it to people.
And
It's
also-
not any worse.
And you only will notice it if you have those two devices side by side anyway. So
Yeah.
And I mean, if we're talking about what could Samsung or OnePlus possibly be thinking of in calling this phone a Pro, there's nothing about a 90 hertz refresh rate that's going to make your phone more pro.
no.
It's not a factor.
And
at all.
besides, most people won't even notice the difference in the refresh rate anyway. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we're making an argument that most people won't even remember to turn their resolution up on the Note 10 Plus since it comes 1080p by default.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few people that can immediately tell the difference between 1080p and 1440.
You're not normal. You're like a child prodigy
I
genius. You
can
don't
see
count.
the difference between 165 hertz and 240. I have a
Okay.
240 hertz gaming monitor. I do a bunch of PC gaming. I can tell the difference between those.
I know that you can tell. 240 is
It's
sublime.
great.
I think
It is like it's just like
It's perfect.
it is, but it's the description to me. I feel is like you watching water flow as you're flowing at the same time. It's almost like you're catching fluidity like this. It's.
So E, what is your favorite thing about the Note 10 so far?
I like the air gestures. Oh, sorry, air actions. My bad. Because I've seen a bunch of people's videos, and a lot of people have said it's it's a little gimmicky, which I don't think it is. I like it because of when I spend time with fam, and I need to take pictures, and I take a bunch of pictures, and I can do whatever I want taking pictures.
Yeah.
Right.
That for me alone is just what I need, because I can switch to the wide angle lens. I can capture everyone. I can put the phone right where I want to keep it and do whatever I want to do. Or if I'm traveling by myself, then I can take those photos and not feel like an idiot doing selfies like that. So I like that feature, and I like the S Pen in general. I think the customizable nature of the S Pen now and all the features, one thing they had in that I really like is something it should have had for a while, but I guess they really didn't, is being able to write on your calendar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's really nice.
It's very simple, but it's something that if you got a busy schedule and you have things going on and you can just put things down on mark, it just makes a whole lot of sense. So those kind of things, I think I like that the fact that they've gone in and they've just kind of looked and said, oh, we can add this, we can add that. We've got a magnifier, we've got all these different features in there. Make it really nice. And I think Dex is something I like, but my business partner uses quite a bit. So for him, he really can't wait to just plug in via USB cable and just, start working away.
I think the biggest thing for me with the S Pen, whether it's twofold. The handwriting to text thing is a big deal because, so one of the reasons I gravitated toward the Note in the first place was because I'm a writer. I use the S Pen to take a lot of notes, and just having a bunch of little pictures of notes in your notes wasn't as useful to me as being able to pull the text out and use it elsewhere. And also the fact that you can more easily, I haven't tried it yet, but I guess you can more easily take the notes and put them in other note-taking apps.
Yeah, you can export it as PDF or Word document.
Yeah. So those were the things that I always felt like when I moved away from the Note to go to another phone, whatever notes I had taken were kind of left.
See, I'm surprised that Microsoft didn't introduce a proper integration with OneNote.
Yes.
Just
OneNote does have S Pen support. Full S Pen support.
It does, but having it right in there when you pull out the S Pen, that kind of thing where, especially with Link to Window and all that fun stuff.
The Note 10s came with 4 pre-installed apps from Microsoft. You should have added OneNote, made it 5. No one would have cared.
Yeah, I don't understand why. OneNote already has great pen support across the board anyway.
Yeah.
One of the better pen supports of note-taking apps anywhere. So I'm surprised that they didn't. I mean, Samsung, maybe it was just Samsung wanted to keep going with their proprietary thing, but
there's a Samsung Notes app for Windows, and it syncs your stuff back and forth.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good to know. I mean, I'm back and forth. Right now I'm on a Mac, but I have a Windows PC here.
So Mac, what is your favorite thing about the Note 10 so far?
People hate me for saying this, but cameras. Cameras are good.
Nothing wrong with that. Yep, very good.
They're not the best, they're in no means the best. Like the Pixel, probably the best P30 Pro, but they work so well in so many scenarios. And if you're just
So,
no.
sorry.
God,
I'm
he
sorry.
lives to disagree with people. He lives for this stuff, man.
Okay, the Pixel might not be the best at all, but if you're just trying to take a quick picture, it usually is the best. Just because ZSL, just quick picture, like if you're walking down the street, that's what the Pixel's the best at. But everything else, like the live focus video,
Yeah.
the glitch effect is the only one you should ever use.
I disagree, though. I would say glitch and the regular blur, you just have to drop it to 50%. Because everybody tends to max it out. If you max it out, you start having issues with the edge detection. If you keep it at 50, it's actually pretty good. But glitches, I think, is spot on at this point.
Also,
But again, it's options, right?
For you guys that went to unpack, did you guys get this pen?
I didn't pick up my swag bag. So
This is an S Pen. This is an actual S Pen.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
It is really cool.
I haven't used it yet, but I should actually.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I should have got this swag bag just for that because it would have been nice to.
What the hell are you doing, Jason? Damn. Pick up the swag bag, bro.
I was already frustrated.
Yeah.
So
I saw you there recording over at one of the tables.
Yeah. I was just trying to get some footage, and the lighting in that room was shitty for
it. Like straight down lights on everything at maxed out.
Yeah, and the color temperature of the light. Like if you're in the room and you look at the lights, you think, oh, that looks like it might be a good color temperature. But when you look at the footage afterwards, you're like, man, that is ass.
Yeah.
And so I was already kind of frustrated that I wasn't able to get the footage that I wanted. And I was grouchy because it was crowded, and they put they put the swag bags like back in a hole somewhere.
I managed to talk my way into the lounge in the back with some of the other YouTubers and writers. So they kicked us out at like 7:30, and they were giving them to everyone while they were kicking us out.
Yeah, I tried to talk my way in, but it didn't work. They're like, hey, you're not on this list.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this list, there's this other list. I gotta get
many lists.
I'm like,
there are a lot of lists.
I'm on the list that gets me the invite, but I'm not on the list that gets me like all the cool stuff. So I gotta work on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Jason, what is your favorite thing about the Note 10 so far?
Favorite thing about the Note 10 so far? Jeez. I mean, I haven't been able to spend a ton of time with it. Like, I will guiltily admit that I have taken the S Pen out of the phone once, but the screen, like I put this Joker Killing Joke screensaver or wallpaper on here, and with the colors from that image, you can really see what quality the screen has. It's pretty unbelievable. So that's what I'm enjoying the most right now. It might not be the thing that I ended up liking the most, but I'm enjoying the screen a lot right now. So
yeah, it's like a Mac said earlier. It's like somebody just like laid a sheet of paper down on it, and that's the display. It's so like perfectly.
There's no glare.
None.
Yeah.
Like viewing it outside is like a dream, man. Like crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I'm really digging on now. But over the weekend, I'm gonna kind of put it through its paces, get it more set up. Like, I have to admit, this was the first time that I was really kind of bummed out that I had to leave the phone that I was using and go to another phone. And usually I'm like, oh, whatever, just move to another phone. But this time, so I just got a new car. It has CarPlay in it. And I was in the zone. Like I could do everything that I wanted everywhere with my iPhone XS and my CarPlay and my Apple Watch. Like I'm exercising, I'm doing all this stuff. And I'm like, oh man, it's all gonna get screwed up.
It doesn't have Android Play?
It does.
Oh, sorry.
The new Android Auto is nice.
I haven't tried it yet. Like I literally got the phone yesterday afternoon, and I've only driven my daughter to school, so I didn't really spend a whole lot of time in the car. But
drive around tomorrow.
I know that's something I'll probably do, because this car is the most fun car I have ever owned.
What car did you get?
Audi A8, A4, yeah, Audi A4.
A4 6.
It's a 4-cylinder. but it's a 4-cylinder 2.0 turbo. And yeah, I've driven other cars with like 4-cylinder turbo engines, but this one is not like those. This one is unbelievable.
Yeah, this is why you don't buy a Tesla, people. Don't believe the hype.
See, I'm going to put out a video because we were talking about Kevin buying his Tesla and all that stuff at the dinner, and I was thinking to myself like, my Tesla gear acquisition syndrome was coming on. I had gas for the Tesla again, and I was like, I want to do it. So I kept looking into it and doing some research while I was in New York, and I was even going to say maybe go take a test drive when I got back to Chicago. But I just got frustrated with certain things about about the whole process of the Tesla. And so I'm going to make a video say like why I didn't buy a Tesla Model 3.
I swear to Jeezy, E is the ultimate contrarian. If everybody going left, he going right. If they going right, he going left.
Yeah, here's the thing. Again, masters of the asses, right? I'm going to throw it out there for you. Look, Tesla, technology-wise, with electric car, it's great that is moving. But I like cars also, right?
Yeah.
I've test driven the Model S. My buddy had a Model S. I drove it around Houston for a whole weekend, and I did not like driving the car. It's got a great 0 to 60, but the people who, look, put it this way, the guys who I've seen showcase that mostly are people who do not know how to drive cars. If I give them a corner or a bend to take into, they can't hit it. The feel of the car. So buying a car is like getting an apartment. Most people don't realize is a whole house. When you walk into the house that you want, you go, I'm home.
Right.
When you get the car that you want to drive, you're like, this is my baby. You know, and those are the things. The interior in the Tesla is average. It's not especially if you're getting a Model S. Like a Model 3, I will understand, but a Model S interior, I'm like, this is just garbage for how much I'm paying for the car.
Yeah, if you compare it to other sort of luxury sedans,
it's price range. It's price range.
Yeah.
And even the whole idea of the touchscreen, I hate that idea. I hate that massive touchscreen because to me, it's just going to take me away from driving the car. I mean, I can put it on autopilot, but I don't like that. They've rearranged it a couple of times. The UI has gotten better in terms of where things are placed in the touchscreen, but I just don't like that big visual where I can have a visual that is big, but buttons are so much easier. I don't have to look at it and I can still drive at the same time. But it just doesn't feel to me. I'm a BMW Porsche type of person. I like oomph in my cars, and just Tesla just can't give.
I spent so basically last Thursday and Friday, I went to a bunch of different car dealers all around my area because at first I was thinking about getting the Chevy Bolt, and then I drove it, and okay, it's a nice driving car for an electric car, and then I was just like, but it's more expensive than the Model 3 to get the decently spec'd one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like so to get the premium one, you have to spend like $45,000.
The premium, if you're going for like a good Model 3 with I'm in Connecticut, it gets cold in the winter, we get some snow, whatever. It's like a $53,000 car. Right.
But if you go for the Model 3 that has like the medium range and everything like that, you're at like 40, maybe 41 with tax, title, license, whatever. That was one of the things that frustrated me about the Tesla buying process.
It doesn't give you an actual price. It gives you a price after discounts the entire time.
Yeah, and so you get to the first page and it says what color do you want and what range do you want and those things, and then you say, okay, those are the only two things I can pick. Let's go to the next page where it immediately asks you for your credit card information, and it shows you what your monthly payment might be if you finance, what your monthly payment might be if you lease it. But in order to go to the next screen to start really figuring those things out, you have to put down the money. And I'm like, that is just antithetical to everything that I've ever felt and known about buying a car ever. Like, if I don't know what I'm paying before I like start driving the car, or then then I'm not doing it. And so if I have to pay money for the privilege of shopping for the car, then that's even worse. And I know it's all refundable and all that kind of stuff, but
That's the excuse Elon Musk gives.
Yeah, it's also, I think, a pretty specifically generational thing. Like, I think younger people haven't had the same kinds of experiences with car buying and everything that I've had over the years, and so this is not as alien to them. But for me, I was just like, whoa.
I don't even think it's alien. I just think, look, if I'm going to buy a car, I want to know everything is in there before checkout should be at the end.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. Whatever you buy, even if it's an iPhone, even Apple doesn't do that.
Right.
Like, it's like, here's everything and here's checkout. So I just want to know exactly what's in the car. Done.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to know, like, what the financing details are going to be. I want to know what my monthly payment's going to be. You know, my credit is probably not the kind of credit that will get me like the best lease deal. So what am I going to end up paying? And I'm going to give you $2,500 before I know any of that. It just,
there's one way to get around it, and it's to go to a Tesla dealership. Right. But there's like 10 of them, or there's like a small amount now.
There's the nearest Tesla dealership to where I live. I live in Iowa. The nearest Tesla dealership is 3 hours plus away in Chicago. And that was another thing that worried me about potentially buying one of those cars. Is something goes wrong, the thing that they tell their customers is, well, anything that goes wrong with the car, we can just do an OTA update. I'm like, but what if something mechanically actually fails? Who do I go to?
Yeah, my friend, he got a Tesla Model 3. He pre-ordered it, like when it first came out. He got it. The first thing that happened was one of the handles just malfunctioned, and he had a constant warning, and he had to go get it replaced. And then it just kept doing that over and over again, and every time they'd have his car away for a day, and then he'd have to go back, and it was a terrible experience for him. And he said after that he's giving the car to his brother when he goes off to college, and then after that he said he's never getting an electric car again.
Yeah. I drove a Chevy Volt for the past like 3 or 4 years, and I knew what an annoying pain in the ass it was to always have to plug in your car when you got home with that car that also would run on gas, so it wasn't a big deal if you got it charged up. I can only imagine, like, especially in a place like Iowa where there's like terrible winters and it's battery life is not the same in the winter here as it is in the summer. I just didn't want to have to deal with any of that extra trouble at the end of the day. And so I started driving other cars that I hadn't really thought of before. I'd never thought of trying an Audi because I grew up in a Chevy family, so that's what we did.
And now you've seen the light.
But when I went to the Audi dealer and they had certified pre-owned Audis like that were basically half the cost of what they were new like 2 or 3 years before, I was like, oh, I can get a car with 19,000 miles on it that just came off lease that is certified pre-owned, and it's an unbelievable machine. Like, I've never had a car that handles like this. It is, when they say like it handles like it's on rails, I mean, this handles like it's on rails. You take a sharp turn at 40 miles an hour and it just holds the road and you go around the turn. It's like, what's happening? This is some sort of sorcery. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So
sorcery.
I've got a 2019 Subaru Outback. It's not the fanciest thing. It does have a lot of technology though.
Yeah.
It has partial self-driving.
Oh,
you have automatic lane assist, and then you've got adaptive cruise control. So it'll essentially keep you in the lane, and it's autopilot essentially.
Right.
And it's a Subaru, and it has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, automatic lights, so it'll automatically turn on high beams and everything for me, which is great because if I ever drive any other car, I forget about it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's cool. Funny. It's funny. Like, I got the car that I got because, now this is going to sound ridiculous, because it's a 2017, and that was the first year that Audi had CarPlay and Android Auto in their infotainment system.
After you have it, you can't go back.
And I really wanted that. I could have gotten like a 2016 or 2015 A4, like that was spec'd out with their premium packages for less money still. But I wanted the CarPlay. You can't change the stereos in cars anymore, and that was always my solution back in the old days when the car stereos have always sucked. So I would just swap out the stereo. But you can't do it anymore. So I decided to, get something that you don't have to rely on the automaker to create a user interface for you. Like you're getting Apple, you're getting Android, and a user interface that you can enjoy. So
Actually, that reminds me of something. I'm one of the people that don't think Android updates are a big deal. And the reason I remember
you
that,
were about to say that, yeah.
I remember that because Android Auto. Because I've tried iOS 13's CarPlay. It's great, but that needed a full system update. Google was able to roll it out to like essentially any modern Android phone. By modern, I mean like 3 years old with an app update. And then every phone has it. And they're able to do that for like every feature now. So
Right.
iOS, you need system updates if you want new features. Google, they can just roll out an app update and it can like reinvent how you use your phone.
I mean, that was because of what version of Android did. That was like 3 years ago they did that, right?
They've been working on it for a long time. Android 5 was when they like started it.
But when was it? When was the big push? I thought that was like 3 or
Android-
4 years ago.
I think Android
maybe 4.
6. Android
Okay,
6.
so
Because that's
4
when
years
they
ago,
were doing Google Assistant and like just being able to push features like that.
Features, yeah.
right.
See, that's this interesting question though. I had this question this is something I've asked in the past because of what Microsoft did with Windows and how they've changed Windows. And you just brought that up with Android. And I've always asked the question, what is Apple going to do? Because Microsoft has made Windows, which was, it's a very big operating system, but now it's flexible enough across the board. Plus, even works on an ARM processor now.
You can run it on a OnePlus 6T.
Exactly. So you can run Windows anywhere. Android is trying to become more flexible. And to me, iOS isn't. The only slight deviation, I don't call it deviation, but iPadOS is the only slight tree branch off. And that's the solution to
sapling.
Yeah, exactly, little sapling. But that's the solution to the touchscreen computing market because as of last year, Apple said we are number one in the PC market, and they showed iPad, not Macs, which we all know in terms of sales just doesn't hit the point. So do you expect them to continue in that path because that they've clearly shown that's it? Or do you think, like some people are talking about a conversion between iPadOS and macOS as well? That could be something that will happen. What do you guys think is going to happen in that arena? Because I don't play much in that arena. Anytime I use a Mac, I'm annoyed because I can't touch the screen on a laptop or it's just too close for me. Like
Huawei has the best laptop. Huawei MateBook X Pro.
Oh, it's
best
good.
laptop.
It's good.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead, Viper. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so Apple is working on something called Project Catalyst, and that is the merging of macOS and iOS apps. They're bringing they're trying to bring iOS apps to macOS. So even though you're not gonna get a touchscreen Mac per se, you're gonna get more iOS-like app functionality on MacBook. So that's what they're working on right now.
If I remember correctly, it uses Swift UI, and it's super easy for developers to like convert it over. It's pretty close to one click, and your app's just immediately supported.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. But the main problem that I've had with Apple's mobile devices as compared to their macOS devices is if I want to edit on an iPad, I can use iMovie, I could use LumaFusion, there are other apps. But if I'm a Final Cut editor, I can't use Final Cut.
I want Final Cut on an iPad.
If I'm doing audio, I got to use GarageBand or one of the other third-party multi-track softwares. I can't use Logic. But Logic is what I use. So So
I've always had this thought that Apple wouldn't bring no pro grade app to iPad because it would have like cannibalized MacBook.
They need to bring it specifically to the iPad Pro. If they want to keep it as an iPad Pro, they need to bring the Pro apps to
Yes,
specifically
I
that.
agree.
Yeah, I mean, they to me they have to because iPad is again that's what's selling for them. It doesn't even matter of whether it's a pro. That's the segment that's making them money, right? In terms of hardware. So that's where some of the users are gravitating to. So you might as well move away from just keeping it segmented. Or if you're having trouble, buy LumiFusion and make it a day and try and integrate it with Final Cut, or at least your work transfers over or something like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Adobe Premiere Rush is great with like the transferring because everything syncs to Adobe Cloud. So you can work on something on an iPad, go to your Mac and it's there. Go to your Windows computer, or even go to your Note 10 and it's there.
Yeah.
Except Adobe Premiere is become junk, man.
Oh yeah.
It's really good on the Mac now.
It's good on the Mac. Yeah, it was bad on the Mac. Now it's like 3 years ago, Premiere, I could scrub through. So I've got 3 PCs in this house. One is a Threadripper 2. That's my only PC that can scrub through 4K video with ease because it's just got horsepower. I've got a Ryzen 3 3900X. That has issues, and that is a 12-core CPU.
Right.
I mean, it's powerful. I still have issues in that. I've got a Ryzen 2700X, Ryzen 2, which is also powerful as 8 cores. Still have issues just scrubbing. I mean, just
it's bad.
Yeah. And as weird as it is, like, so I've worked with Adobe programs like since before, like all of the stuff that they have was part of Adobe, like, Quark Express and all these different kinds of things. So I've been working with these programs for 20 plus years, and I know the sort of language that it talks in terms of how it wants you to work. And so for that reason, I really like Premiere. And as odd as this is going to sound, I think it's more difficult to use Final Cut than it is to use Adobe Premiere.
Oh, really?
And the reason that, and it might just be a thing.
I agree.
It's because Final Cut will allow you to edit a video quickly, and you can get it all chopped up and everything like that. But if you want to do something that takes a little bit more heavy lifting, like color grading or anything like that, even keyframing is weird on Final Cut. It's so much easier on Premiere. And the thing that's bothering me right now is, so I'm still filming in 1080, and then I'm editing in 2:1 4K. I can create a preset for that really easily in Premiere, and yet I have not seen the place where I can easily do that in Final Cut. Although I'm sure it's there. I just don't know Final Cut as well as I know Premiere. But I figured, like, after using it now for 2 full years, I would be better at it than I am.
DaVinci Resolve it's a really good video editor for Windows.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of people like that one.
Yeah, I looked at it. I downloaded it, and I was like, "This looks awesome."
Do I want to learn something new?
It's gonna take me a long time to figure this out.
So I got a dumb question for you, E.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the answer is painfully obvious, but I'm gonna ask anyway. How did you come up with bored at work?
I mean, I was bored at work.
I mean, but is that it, or is there more to it?
So Borderwork started. I have got a website, by the way. It's called borderwork.com also. But I started that 2007. I started with an ex-girlfriend. We both hated our jobs. She used to work in marketing. She still works in marketing, but now it's somewhere else. And I was a microbiologist, and I hated my job. I hated working in the lab. And it was one night in Chinatown. We're thinking of things to do, and we're like, we'll start a website to just kind of like post all the stuff. Because if anyone remembers 2007 internet, it's not the same as it is now. Like there were so many different websites for different things, and I've always been a big comic book movie buff. So my problem then was whenever I found news about like new Spider-Man movie and what's happening in there, I would have to text out the details to my friends, and they're like, "Where's the link?" And it's some long website that I don't know the name, and I have to email it to them.
It's on GeoCities.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, so we just decided like, okay, let's create our own space, and what should we call it? So we said bored at work, and because we just were bored and we hated our jobs. It's spelled with 2 O's because till this day I can't buy the domain that this spells with 1 O. So that's why bored at work is with 2 O's, and we just kind of started from there. But the funny thing about it is, I think it was either the next year or sometime that year. It was fun. It was like, it's just a side thing I did while at work. My girlfriend then at the time was sitting down. She's like, it's like 9:30, 10 at night. She goes, she used to do all the entertainment gossip, and I did all the tech and, comic book stuff. And she goes, Paris Hilton is going to jail. I'm like, okay. She's like, should I put it on the website? I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's what we cover, right? Just throw it up there. I wake up the next morning. I go sign into WordPress. Site doesn't load up. I'm trying to sign in, doesn't load up. I call GoDaddy. I'm like, what's going on with my site? I paid for this. They're like, you didn't pay for that kind of traffic you got. I was like, what kind of traffic did we get? And the guy goes, well, you got about 40 to 50,000 views, page views, in about a minute of after you dropped that story. I was like, okay, so there's something to this. All right. And that's when things started moving on a different path from there.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's funny that you bring up the thing about the 2 O's. That's why Viper has 3 Y's, because 1 and 2 were taken, so I had to go all the way out to 3. So I feel your pain, bro. I feel your pain, baby. I feel your pain.
I saw that first time I saw it, I was like, I know.
Yep.
I don't need to ask.
Yep. You know the pain, man. You know the pain.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, so I have a question. Okay, in my video that I put out yesterday, I said, they give you Samsung gives you the USB-C headphones in the box, which is great, unless you need to charge, and then you're out of luck, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you want to listen to music or something like that while charging, you can't use the headphones, and vice versa. I cannot believe how many comments I've gotten from people who say, of course you can wirelessly charge while using your headphones.
That is the stupidest shit ever.
And
I'm not going to hold my phone like this while listening to like music. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
going to do that.
No, I mean, you got a desktop. If you've got a desktop or tabletop charger, are you going to like sit like this? just lean over and not try and drag your phone onto the floor when you're listening to whatever.
That's stupid.
And at first I was like, how can these people even suggest this? And then I was like, okay, this is, if I ever needed more proof, this is the final bit of proof that I needed that everybody is stupid.
I will agree with them on one thing. I don't think it's needed at the same time because batteries are large enough and chargers are fast enough.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's still my issue. One of my biggest issues with the headphone jack is that it created a problem when you took it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
which is why you have the solution.
This cheap one from
with adapters and wireless headphones.
Yeah.
That's just it. That's just literally it. We're like, we need to solve a problem that doesn't exist.
We need to create a problem
Create one.
so we can solve it and make more money doing it. It's
Right.
like,
Of course.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, I've got to check out, guys. Though I know I said I was going to be here for 30 minutes. If Viper, man, you kept me here for long.
hey, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping in. No doubt.
Yeah, good to meet you, Max, and always good to see you, Jason, man.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Later, man. So, Max, I said I was going to talk to you about what you do for XDA. I know some of it, but I don't know the whole enchilada of what you do and how you got started with XDA. So, tell us about that.
So I got started. I'm a Samsung guy. Some people, Ben Shun from 9 to 5 Google said, I'm an unapologetic Samsung fanboy, which I agree, I am. But so I started with the S8 Oreo beta. I actually decompiled it and found code in it referencing intelligence scan on the S9. So then I leaked that, and XDA, Michelle at XDA was like, hey, do you want to come do that for us, work for us, and do it? And I said, why not? I have nothing better to do with my free time. So I started doing that, and then I did it more and more, and leaked more things, which leaks are actually what gets me people to follow me. And on Twitter, when people follow me on Twitter, then I get to meet people like you because the leaks blow up. And yeah,
I would say so. Yeah.
yeah, like so I'm proud of this. Ice Universe follows 72 people. I am
You're
one of them.
Yeah, nice. You know
I'm
you
proud
made
of
it big when you get followed by the Iceman.
Yeah.
Oh, but man, you made it in a John Prosper's video, man. Oh no, yeah, you were in his
I've
video,
made it
but
into his. I work with everything Apple
you have-
Pro a
yeah, right.
bunch.
Yep.
Actually made it into Michael Fisher's video today on
Nice.
his Note 10 review.
Nice, man.
Yeah. Something funny about that. Last year, I was the first person with Fortnite Mobile that was able to like post a video of it. So I made it into his Note 9 review or hands-on where he mentioned Fortnite Mobile. And then this year with the Note 10, I just found that kind of funny.
Okay, so what I just realized is that you are 18, right?
I am 18.
So what is it that you want to do ultimately? What is your ultimate career goal?
My plan is to go to business school, do all of this tech stuff as a hobby, because I realized being able to afford like the amount of stuff I do with tech, you have to get a huge channel or work for someone huge. That's really hard. So I wanted to go to business school. And business degrees usually get you very well paying jobs. The school I'm most likely going to will, I think they have like 75,000 to 100,000 like starting salary out of business school there. So that's easily enough to afford everything I want to do, and I can do that as a hobby on my free time.
That's a solid game plan, man. No doubt.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you do all the tech stuff as a hobby. Wow.
Yeah.
And you don't really work with Apple devices and things like that, right?
I have them, but I don't work with them very often. And it so I have it. I'm on a MacBook Pro. I have an iPhone, but I'm an Android guy.
You're an Android guy. Okay.
I have like right here, I have 2 Pixel 2 XLs, 2 Note 10 Pluses, a P30 Pro, an LG V50, and Xperia 1.
Jeez.
By the way, the Xperia 1 is great.
Yeah, I was looking at it. When I was in New York, I went to B&H and finally got to actually see one in person. It is pretty sexy looking.
Oh, the purple's the best.
Yeah, it's very tall.
Oh, it being tall is the best. It's the only reason to get it.
Yeah.
It's such a comfortable phone to use.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine. I was surprised by how tall the Note 10 Plus is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess I've been using an iPhone 10s. And so when I got this out of the box and it's like a good inch bigger, I was like, wait a minute, this is freaking me out.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That is
I know.
crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
this is the S10. The S10 is slightly bigger than the iPhone.
Right.
Slightly.
Yeah.
And then you get the S10 to the Note 10, and it's a huge difference again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Mac, since you're like a child genius, can you do me a favor though? Can you do me a favor? Can you like help YouTube fix their garbage algorithm? Because good Lord.
Yeah. I was messaging David Immel from Android Authority. We were talking Twitter yesterday. I said, YouTube comments suck, but if you disable them, the algorithm kills you. But no one wants comments because they're shit. Everyone's an asshole.
Yes.
I put out a video title called "Keep Your Apple Card Poop Free," and it got demonetized just because I used the word poop. I'm guessing, and it took them a whole 24 hours to like finally manually overturn the demonetization. So now I got remonetized again, but it took them a whole day. Usually it takes like maybe 10 to 15 minutes to get a video remonetized, but it took them a whole day to remonetize the video just because I put the word poop in the title. What ain't going on, man?
So exactly how dangerous is it, this like getting poop on your Apple Card?
Well, apparently, Jason, I don't know if you've heard the headline, but if you put your Apple Card in a leather wallet or around denim, it could be discolored or get discolored and crap. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, since I'm not getting one,
It seems like a terrible credit card.
it's very strange. I mean, on one level, you're like, that seems different than other credit cards. Maybe that's good. And then you think about it, and you're like, well, so it's Apple, who's always had a ton of problems with transparency, and then it's Goldman Sachs, who
They said specifically they won't sell it from marketing info.
Yeah.
That advertising marketing. They didn't say they wouldn't sell it for other stuff.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I saw somebody on Twitter, I think it was, say, I've never seen so many people get so excited about the opportunity to go into more debt than when the Apple Card has been introduced. A lot of people that I know and like have done this, but I cannot believe that there are tech YouTubers out there reviewing the Apple Card.
I don't understand it. Why?
It's a piece of titanium.
Yes, it's a credit card.
It's a credit card.
Oh my god!
It's a credit card, and unbelievably, like Renee Ritchie did just today. Yeah, and I love Renee. He's fantastic, but and it's in his wheelhouse. That's where he lives. So I get it, but reviewing a credit card.
You know why this is happening, right, Jason? You know why this is happening. Because Marquez unboxed it, and then that just opened the floodgate.
It's even more than that. It's an Apple product. You have to do it.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it. Is just the whole mystique.
You don't have to do it.
Okay, it's Apple. People are gonna click the video. People do whatever they need to for clicks.
All right, okay, yeah, I'll give you that one.
I've never done anything for clicks.
I never, right? Never.
I was reading an article about that Samsung referral program, and I wanted to make it a super clickbaity headline, but I was told no, it's too clickbaity.
Yeah,
isn't that like the whole point? You gotta get people to click. That's the whole point.
I
Right?
know.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's for me. I don't think I've ever actually clickbaited in the textbook definition of clickbait, which is like you say one thing in the title or in the thumbnail, and then you don't deliver it on that in the video. That's the textbook definition.
The very definition is false advertisement. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I have certainly had a lot of sensational titles that are designed to grab people's attention
and play with their emotions. Yeah.
Yes. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's been part of journalism for
ever, as
long as journalism existed.
1970s, 1960s.
I mean, go even further back to the end of the 19th century.
That's
and there were so many newspapers at the time. Like I think New York City had 25 daily newspapers or something along those lines. And so they really had to try and get people to drop the penny or whatever to get their paper. And the only way that they had to do it was to make their titles enticing. So it's really funny to me when folks who watch YouTube videos are like, oh man, some guy commented on one of Renee Ritchie's tweets the other day. I think it was the one he retweeted that I started channel memberships. And the guy was like, I want to know what Painfully Honest Tech's big news is, but I refuse to click on any of his stuff because he does so much clickbait. I'm like, that's just a weird hill to die on.
Yeah.
People get so mad at things like that.
Linus Tech Tips. That is pure sensationalism.
Yeah.
No,
Unbox Therapy. I mean, he does it all the time.
No, Jason, people got mad at me for putting AirPods in the title of my video about hearing loss when I was specifically talking about the AirPods and how they're designed.
Right.
Come on, man. Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like E was saying, masses are asses.
No.
It's unfortunately very true. I love that I've been able to build a community around my channel and everything like that. But it grows to a place where suddenly there is that aspect of it where, you know, you have to teach yourself to just not even pay attention. If I respond to more than like 5 negative comments on any video, then my whole day will be ruined. Because I'll just be in this like defensive, I'll just be in this defensive mindset that'll take me a long time to get out of. So I've kind of tried to train myself not to engage that stuff.
It's hard not to.
No, because especially when they're so wrong all the time.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
All the time, they're just wrong. It's like, and I want to tell them that they're wrong and why, but I have to control myself.
yeah.
Jason, you said you brought an Audi A8?
A7 or A4. I'm sorry,
A4.
A4.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, here.
yeah. So like mid-size luxury
Ooh,
sports
oh,
car.
that's nice.
Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of
nice.
fun. And like 3 days before I came home with it, I never would have anticipated that I would buy an Audi. But like I test drove Mercedes C-Class, I test drove BMWs, I test drove like Infinities, Lexus, all these other things in that sort of mid-size luxury sports sedan kind of range. And all of them were pretty good. The Mercedes, I'm just not a Mercedes person. Like I can't see myself like rolling up in a silver Mercedes and getting out, you know? So even though it was a really nice car, I just couldn't see myself in it.
You know what, Jason? It happened because I never thought myself owning a OnePlus device before this year, but here we are.
I
know.
One. I didn't want the OnePlus 6, but I had to get it.
Yeah. That's another thing that, okay, and this is just me complaining about people who watch YouTube videos, but I still get so many comments, whether it's an Apple related video, an Android related video, somebody will be like, you hate such and such, so why did you even bother to get the phone? And I feel it necessary to explain, like, I do this now for a living. And so even if I wouldn't personally buy the phone myself, were I just a consumer this year, like, you know, I might have skipped on the Note 10 this year if I was just a regular person, you know, but because I do this, I buy it so I can give you my feedback, and that's what I do. But they take it so personally,
Yeah.
you know,
All
they
the time.
A
take
lot
it
of
so personally.
Someone asked me like why I bought a specific phone because I don't like Xiaomi, but I have a Xiaomi phone. Someone asked why I got it. I was like, because maybe if this is a good phone, my opinion of it will change
Right.
after actually having it and using it. And
Yeah.
no one cares if you don't like something at one time. You'll never like it in your life.
Right. Yeah. I've gone back and forth with Apple so many times over the past several years. And now I've just kind of accepted that Apple works for me. Okay, fine. I have to, everything that bothers me about the company, everything that they do that annoys me about with their products, it still just works for me, and I have to accept it. And that's just how it is. And so, but if I say something like that on my channel, everybody would lose their minds. They're like, you said you were leaving Apple.
Yep. No, it's just so funny hearing you talk about that because I remember when we had this conversation like half a year ago.
I know.
And I was like, you were like, I'm leaving Apple. I'm like, Jason, you'll be back in no time. And then you came back quicker than I ever expected. I gave you like what, a couple of months or something, and you were like 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, I really tried to go like the whole Windows route. And as we were talking about before, like Premiere on Windows is not in the best shape right now. So I was having a lot of struggle with that. And a lot of times with Windows machines, especially laptops, like the graphics card and everything,
It feels bad to use it.
It's not even, and sometimes they don't work correctly together, you know, so it's like you have to reinstall drivers. I had a Razer laptop that I had to reinstall the drivers for the graphics card every time I wanted to edit a video so that it would use the graphics card.
Wow.
It was really annoying.
Oh, that is actually the way NVIDIA has it work. So, do you know how that actually works between the GPU and the integrated graphics on laptops like that?
Just vaguely.
So, essentially, the GPU is never on. It's always integrated graphics until something needs it.
Right.
And that is the minute it switches over. But that system is ass. It has always been ass. It will always be ass. Because you always want it on or you always want it off. You don't want your performance to be shit 1 minute and then 10 seconds later be great. And then maybe you hit Alt-Tab and your performance is terrible again because it won't switch back to the GPU.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's interesting. Like Premiere even has a place where you can set it to use the discrete GPU. And even when you do that, I still was having problems.
Yeah.
So
I don't have issues. I legitimately don't have issues. I have an i7 6700K and a 1080 Ti.
Right. Yeah, I mean, so the desktop that I have over here is, you know, I just rebuilt the desktop, bought a 2080, bought a 60, whatever the most recent i7 chip.
Yeah, 9700K.
Yeah. For no good reason, 64 gigabytes of RAM. It's like, I had a 32 gigabyte set in there already, and then like Best Buy was having a sale on a matching pair for, I don't know, $125, and I was like, okay. and that machine will 99% of the time edit video really well, but anytime I tried to use a mobile like Windows laptop to do that kind of stuff, it was too much hit and miss, and that's why I went and got the MacBook Pro, and that's how I got back to where I am right now. Because the MacBook Pro, you know,
it's fine. It
works.
It's bad, but it's great. It's, you know.
Yeah. I know that I can rely on it to do the thing that I'm trying to do without having to stop for an hour to try and figure out why it's not doing it.
There you go. There you go. So it's all about that efficiency, man. It's all about that efficiency.
You know, actually, I saw something. Some guy that works for KTLA in Los Angeles. I forget what his name is. He's one of the tech guys there. His Mac crashed, and then it killed the drive.
Really?
He had like a 2018, yeah. So he had to go into it, like corrupted the drive when it crashed.
I've been using Macs for a long time, and especially in more recent memory with the SSDs and that kind of thing. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
I've never seen it happen either. I saw he tweeted it, and it was the it was the Finder logo with like a question mark or whatever. Right, yeah. And he said his laptop crashed and it went straight into that window.
Right. Which is usually just it can't find. It may have been that the drive failed.
Yeah, that's my guess. The SSD probably died.
Yeah, because that means whenever you get that question mark, it means that it can't find a boot drive.
Yeah.
So it might have been the other way around. His drive died, and then he couldn't.
It's still the MacBook Pro dying because it's soldered into the logic board.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's frustrating, and then he had
his entire laptop replaced.
Yeah, that's why I do all of my work on external drives. It works better in Final Cut to do it that way, and I just have like a 1 terabyte Samsung T5 SSD.
T5 is a great SSD.
Yeah, and
everybody raved about those things.
And the thing is, like, I've got it formatted exFAT so I can take it between Windows and Apple, and so it's worked really well for me to just have the stuff that I need to have on that drive. Now it's filled up, and I have to figure out like where to offload more stuff because my storage solutions are stupid.
The reason I love the T5, it's tiny, and you can get this size up to like 4 terabytes or something.
Yeah, I know.
That's nice.
So I know.
I'm gonna take that's nice. I'm gonna take a quick promotional interruption here. Thank you to my dude Headphone Review for posting my Buy Me a Coffee link, which he just did in the chat there. It's also down in the description of the link. The channel is still not monetized. Still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can actually qualify for monetization. So no super chats until we hit that 1,000 mark. But if you guys want to support monetarily, you can hit the Buy Me a Coffee link that Headphone just posted in the chat. Like I tell you guys all the time, it's not a required. You don't have to do it, but it does help me out greatly if you guys want to donate and support what I'm doing here on the live stream. So the link is in the chat if you choose to use it. thank you guys very much for always rocking out with your boy. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. I've got to jump off too because I have to go pick my daughter up. She had her first event as a high school cheerleader.
Hey, yeah, I saw the picture you posted.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, you know, I didn't have much interaction with cheerleaders in my high school days. I did date very briefly the head cheerleader when I was a junior. But that was weird. So the fact that my daughter's a cheerleader is still kind of like I don't know how to.
Being in high school, at least in my schools, it's crazy different than like how people would like that went 10 years ago would describe it. In my experience, very little bullying, very little. Like I don't see it anywhere. Essentially, everyone's nice to each other, and it's like relatively relaxed.
Yeah, I graduated from high school in 1989, and there was no such thing as like being politically correct or thinking about other people's feelings. There was no
People
Me Too.
do that now, and it's nice.
Yeah, there was no Me Too movement or any of those things in the 80s. So people were just cruel. So
Yeah.
I guess that's good progress. Yeah. So I got to go pick her up.
Don't be late, man. Don't be late.
I know.
Yeah.
I got to go sit in traffic, trying to get to the place that I got to go.
Yeah.
That's all right. I got my car. I'll turn on the tunes. It'll be fine.
Do your thing, man. Appreciate you hopping on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Good to meet you, Max.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Yeah. Talk to you again soon.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Rashid for the donation for the coffee. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you for supporting. No doubt. What's so funny?
Yeah. So I actually have to hop off in a couple minutes as well.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah, but yeah. So how have you liked the Note 10? You've liked it, right?
I haven't really. I just got it today, so I haven't had a chance to use it too much. But I like it. Like I said, it's weird because for me, it seems like it's small, even though it's 6.8 inches. It's a big device, but to me, in my hands and the feel, it feels small to me. So I like it. Like you said, the screen is amazing. It's just like pretty much just like painted on there. It's amazing. Like I'm pretty. But here's the thing though. The Note devices are always my favorite Android devices every year, and I don't see anything being different with this. So I'm just gonna enjoy it and rock out.
So I'm writing my review for XDA, and I've sorted the categories into different things. So far, I've essentially come to say this is the best feeling Android phone. There's no phone that feels better to hold.
Yep.
It, in my experience, is the best performing Android phone, or pretty close to it at least.
Mm-hmm.
It has the best display, not the best battery life, but pretty damn close to it. It's got the best cameras for social media. In my opinion, the best software.
Yep.
This is what I would consider
This
is what I consider the best Android phone,
Yeah.
hands down. Not the best value, but the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and like I said, every year there's nothing touching these notes every year. Like I was talking to Marquez on the show here back in January, and I was kind of getting on him for naming the OnePlus 6T a smartphone of the year last year. But after owning a OnePlus 7 Pro this year, I kind of have a feeling of or idea why he did that. But
During his review, he mentioned that he liked 90 hertz of the set
Right.
of this. He mentioned that 90 hertz is his thing.
yeah,
At some point, I haven't spoken to him before, but at some point, I want to speak to him and be like, dude, 90 hertz, and just kind of walk through all the drawbacks of it. Because if I know Android really well, if you open a OnePlus 7 Pro, half the apps don't run at 90 hertz. They only run at 60 hertz. Now, there is a way to change it, but no one knows about it. If you open Google Chrome on the OnePlus 7 Pro, it's 60 hertz.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, I think the OnePlus one of the issues with the OnePlus 7 is there was no like the 90 hertz was like constant, it wasn't variable. But I think OnePlus was supposed to release an update.
No, it is variable. It is,
very
but they don't
variable,
tell you it is.
Okay.
And people want it to be constant instead of variable. So when you open the camera, your screen goes down to 60 hertz. If you're on a phone call, it goes down to 60 hertz.
Right.
If you're on the internet, it goes down to 60 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
Only apps that support 90 hertz that they don't blacklist are going to be in 90 hertz. And that's not many. Instagram will be. And then it's just scrolling. And I don't care how smooth the scrolling is. I'd prefer better battery life at that point.
Yeah, I can't really argue with you on that one.
Yeah. And XDA is the community's kind of terrible at points.
Oh.
It is. Everyone is saying no one understands that some phones aren't about the value, but just how good they are. And that's the Note 10.
But it's funny though, because like I was saying this in like a video or a live stream the other day, like the Note 10 is the Michael Jordan of smartphones. It's the best every year. Like
Yeah.
it literally is the MVP every year. Like there's no other phone that comes out that's better. Not even iPhones. And I'm an iPhone guy. But iPhones are not touching the Note 10, I'm sorry.
What I want Apple to do, my dream phone, is Apple licenses their software out. I would buy a Note 10 for $1,500 if it ran iOS.
Ooh.
$1,500 if it ran iOS.
Woo! Now that would be something, man. Oh my
Would you
goodness.
spend $1,500 on it if it was iOS?
I think I would have to, man. That'd be too good to pass up.
Yeah. That would be just absolute best device. I don't care how much it is. Even if the Galaxy Fold, if it was $2,000, I would buy it just for iOS on. Best hardware with the best. Well, okay, but I'm not gonna say it's the best software, but like good enough software, so I don't have to carry two phones.
Yep, no doubt. Shout out to my man 504 for the donation, and shout out to Natalie for the coffee. And I appreciate you all supporting, man. Thank you very much. Y'all are the best. Woo! But yeah, Note 10 with iOS. Oh man, that's like a dream phone right there. God, stop playing.
Oh yeah, because I don't care about stainless steel. The aluminum on this feels better.
But Mac, but this goes to like my biggest problem with iOS Mac. Like on the iPhone Plus models or the Mac models or whatever, no picture-in-picture, no true multitasking. The screen is more
it's a
than
big iPhone. That's it.
Just a big iPhone. Yeah, right. Just a big iPhone. Why can't we have true productivity like multitasking in the picture-in-picture on iPhone? Why? We have it on iPad. Why can't we have it on iPhone? I don't understand it.
I think Apple wants continuity between their devices no matter what size. So if you go from a small iPhone to a large iPhone, same features, same way to use it. Same way going from big to small. And it sucks, but it's there. I don't care about the size of the phone. You can give me a 4-inch Android. You can give me the Palm phone. It's like 3 inches. I still want multitasking on it.
Yeah. Seriously.
I don't care. This is 5.8 inches is big enough for picture-in-picture.
Hell yes. And I don't care if it's not practical. I want to be able to watch YouTube while I'm scrolling my Twitter on the timeline. I want to be able to do that. Even if you don't think it's practical, give me that option, Apple. Give it to me.
Actually, it is kind of no, never mind. I was thinking iPad. It's not.
No. Yeah, it's on iPad. It's not on iPhone.
Yeah, it's stupid. I don't like it.
Grr. I don't like it either.
I always carry around two phones, that's why I don't care.
You know what? I do too, but it's like I said, my preference is iOS, so I'm like, man, I wish it was to have it. But like you, I already have an Android on me. Now I got the Note 10 on me, so yeah, it's not really a problem. But yeah.
I will carry around I will use the Note 10 for Twitter, Instagram. I'll go to my iPhone to like look at something quickly. But if I'm going to be on it for more than 30 seconds, it's always the Note. Or it's always whatever Android phone.
I don't know. I find myself on iPhone more just because of the fluidity and the stability of iOS. But if I want to, like you said, if you want to get stuff done, if I want to get stuff done, like if I want to just be like watching YouTube and tweeting and things, I'm on the Note. Like, and we got the S Pen now. I got the S Pen back, so we got that going on too.
And think about the Galaxy Fold. You're probably not going to get it, right?
No, probably not. No.
I've pre-ordered one. I'm waiting for it. I want that phone.
Well, there's a rumor that they might drop it on the same day as iPhones, apparently.
Yeah, that's been a rumor for a while now. Yeah, it's going to happen. I'm betting on it. Which would actually be a month from today, I believe.
Yeah. You know what, Tech Rant? Hush your mouth, Tech Rant. Hush your mouth. I can dream, man. I can dream.
Yeah, I agree with that, though.
Yeah. But, yeah, man. I mean, that would be crazy if they dropped the Fold on the same day as iPhone.
They'll do it. They'll do it. I'm betting on it. I actually spoke. So I emailed DJ Kill a while ago, just out of pure anger, being like, "Dude, you guys are fucking this up."
Out of pure anger.
Yeah, I wrote like a giant email, expecting him not to read it.
You might have wrote him an email, but you see, I interrogated him. I actually interrogated him.
It was not. It was like a well worded email, but it was harsh. Mm-hmm. Someone responded to me and was like, "Hey, call us. We want to speak to you." And then I was in like a 30-minute call of someone just repeating, "Yeah, it's gonna happen. Maybe not within maybe within a week or two, but it's gonna happen."
I mean, that's pretty cool that they responded to you, though.
Yeah. Apparently, he forwarded it on to someone in the U.S., and I spoke to someone that works out of Seattle.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
So I emailed that guy again and was like, "Hey, what's up? It's been a month. I've heard nothing. What's happening?"
My man said, I want the deep. Give them to me.
Usually I can actually manage to get them. Usually.
Yeah, you
I don't know
you
about
are
this
definitely
time.
pretty good with getting information. I'll give you that. You are on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt. But I know you think you got to get out of here, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
let you go, man. I appreciate you hopping on, man. You're more than
Yeah, it
welcome
was
to come
great.
back anytime, dude. Come
Okay.
back anytime.
Well, thanks, man. It's great
No
to talk to
problem.
you.
Good to talk to you, too. Finally, yo, face to face in the flesh, kind of.
Oh, yeah. Close enough.
Well, one day when I get when I get important enough, we'll cross paths one of these events.
Oh, yeah. Here, at some point, I'll DM you a little info so maybe you can get into the next one.
Oh, okay. Appreciate
Yeah.
you, man. No
Yeah,
doubt.
okay. That's it.
Have a good night, man. Yo, interesting Friday night, huh? So, any of you guys watching that's still here? Any of you guys in the chat got a Note 10 and what are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on your Note 10? Anybody in the crowd got a Note 10? Let's talk. Yeah, Janothan, I don't know if we're gonna be here that long, man. Probably gonna stay here for a few more minutes and then I'm probably gonna get out of here and relax. But yeah, let me know if any of you guys got the Note 10 today. We could talk about it. Let's get your thoughts and opinions on it, and then we can have a discussion and things. But yeah, I am really, like I said, I haven't had it long, but I am definitely enjoying it so far. Yo, F.A. Yo, hey, how F.A. I saw a comment from you earlier that said that you wanted to get the AKG earbuds. Didn't you get a pair with your S10? I'm confused. Like, you already have a pair of S10. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand. Like, why don't you have a pair of AKG? You should have them unless you gave yours away. But you should have got a pair with your S10, I guess, or did they not? I don't know. I'm a little confused about that. But okay, let me know, man. Let me know. Tech Rat said he got a picture of the Note 10. Yeah. Yeah, did the AKG for the S10 not come with a USB? Oh, the S10 has a headphone jack. Never mind. You know what? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I'm probably not gonna use the headphones that came in my Note 10. So I'll probably send them your way, LFA. If you really want a pair, I mean, I don't need them, so I'll probably send them your way if you want them. Let me know. But yeah, man, the Note 10, I mean, it's gonna be hard to see in the camera here because I changed the wallpaper, but that display is amazing. I gotta. There we go. See, that display is utterly amazing. Like, wow. I mean, what is happening here? It's good. Like I said in my video today on the main channel. It's kind of small. Like, I feel like it's small. I know other people feel like it's a bigger device, but for me, it feels kind of small. It fits well in my hands. Now I have larger than normal hands, obviously, but still, it feels kind of small to me. I think it's very like grippy. It's like if it has good grip to it, it's easy to hold. Feels so good in the hands, ladies. You know the procedures. I had to. But yeah, feels so good in the hands, you know? I mean, it's a good device. I mean, it's a Note 10. It has that typical Samsung One UI, so that it's doing that. The S Pen, I haven't got the air gesture to work yet, so I need to work more with the air gesture, but I'll have a video coming out about that later on. But yeah. But yeah, so far, Note 10, definitely legit. Genosis says, oh no, that's all. Yeah, it's right. Floss. It's right. Floss from my dude. So Genosis said, can you tell the difference between the Note 10 Plus, Galaxy Note 9, or 10S Max? As far as what, like screen resolution or screen display? I think sometimes I can tell the difference between a Note and an iPhone. You probably can't tell much difference between a Note 9 and a Note 10, but between a Note and an iPhone, I can definitely see a difference in screen quality. The Note 10 is definitely superior to iPhone screen quality. Yeah. Let's see. Christian said, do a video on how to afford Starbucks. I just went there and was shopped by how expensive drink was. Welcome to real life, Christian. Welcome to real life. That's how mine are the same way, baby. Mine are the same way. I mean, I spent the whole summer promoting Starbucks, and they ain't even They didn't even like acknowledge me once. They didn't acknowledge me one time. I don't know how many people tweeted at Starbucks to acknowledge me, but I got nothing. So Starbucks is ruthless. They don't care. Oh, that is crazy. But yeah, Note 10 is definitely legit. If you guys are thinking about getting one, I would highly recommend going out and playing with it. They're on display at any Best Buy and all carrier stores. So if you want to go get some hands-on time with the Note 10, you can do that. Check it out. I would not buy the regular Note 10. I mean, unless you just want a smaller device, I would not buy a regular Note 10. Definitely go with the Note 10 Plus. I'm crazy, so I got the Note 10 Plus 5G edition. So I'll be doing some 5G speed tests and all that good stuff too. But yeah. Other than that, I think we can wrap it up for tonight, and that's about it. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and for all of you that donated with the coffee, thank you again. Appreciate you guys supporting me. Still trying to get the channel to 1,000 subscribers. It's been a slow grind. It is so hard to grow a live stream channel on YouTube. Like it just doesn't grow. Wait. We got a question from Natalie here. She says, the hub wants to switch out of Apple. You think that's the one to switch to, Viper? Ooh. See, here's the thing, though. If you're coming from an Apple to an Android and you're used to simplicity, I don't think the Note is the best phone to switch to because it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve switching to a Note. If you want similar simplicity to an Apple device, I would say maybe go with a Pixel device, or what else is out there? I mean, yeah, I would go with a Pixel. I mean, I guess you can get a Samsung device, but Samsung devices have so many features and things that it's a little bit of a learning curve, especially coming from an iPhone to a Samsung. It's not impossible, but yeah, it's not as simple as using iPhone, going from an iPhone to a Galaxy device. But I mean, it's not impossible. It's just not. It's a little learning curve. It's a learning curve. But yeah, like Chris said, you could try getting a OnePlus device too, but OnePlus is only available on T-Mobile unless you buy it unlocked. So I don't know if that's a practical choice, but definitely a Pixel will be the best device for somebody coming from iPhone. Let's see. It just takes a minute. I see. Yep. Like Tech 11 Mama said, have them go to Best Buy and play with it. Yep. If you can get some hands-on time with any device that you're considering buying, especially if as expensive as these devices are, definitely go get some hands-on time in the carrier stores and Best Buys. I would definitely recommend getting some hands-on time because that's the best way to determine whether or not a device works for you. But that will be my recommendation. But other than that, like I said again, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoy your weekend. I'm still doing video every day in August. And now that I have the Note 10, pretty much the rest of the videos for the month are going to be all Note 10 related. So if you want all the Note 10 coverage you can handle, keep it locked to the main channel. If you don't like the Note 10 coverage, I guess I'll see you in September. But it ain't going to be much better because then we're going into iPhone season. So it is what it is. You know your boy, the captain of Team Apple, is about to be all over iPhone when I get one. So it's coming. But right now, we at Note 10 season, and that's what the doctor ordered. So, thank you guys again. Video every day in August is going on the main channel. I have dropped 23 videos in the last 23 days. So if you missed any of them, they're on the main channel for your perusal. Go check them out. I got 8 more videos to go before I complete Veda for the 3rd time in my YouTube career. And I will complete Veda because I am that dude. But until the next time, people, this your boy Viper, the man about tech. You know where to find me. So come back for more. Let me get out of here. Relax. Woo!